Quick, Ireland, and hello world. My name's James, and welcome to another Eurovision reaction video with me. And today, I'm going to react to the Irish entry for the Eurovision Song Contest 2022, which will take place this May at Turin, Italy. So let's get to it and start reviewing. Representing the Emerald Isle is BROOKE SCULLIon. She is going to Turin with the song That's Rich. She won the Irish National Selection Eurosong 2022, which is not technically a whole show in itself, but rather a special episode of the long-running Irish talk show, The Late Late Show. BROOKE competed against 5 other competitors, each with their own song in the national selection. She was able to win over both the international jury vote and the vote of the viewing Irish public, owning top marks with 2/3 of the votes. And unfortunately, she was rated second last by the in-studio national jury, who were quite nice with their feedback, but unfortunately, that did not reflect with their eventual scoring of the winning song, which is quite awkward, weird, and it just speaks more of how the broadcaster have been treating the contest in the years following their record 7 wins. Before anything else, here's a look of BROOKE SCULLION's That's Rich. For a lot of native speakers, you may think that the expression "that's rich" it has to do with money, but it's not necessarily true. It's a how do I say this? It's an expression of thought. It's a figure of speech, which has a completely different meaning, and is most commonly used amongst native English speakers. I'm a English speaker myself, but English is my second language. It's not an expression that I often use, or rather, I don't use it at all in my everyday conversations whenever I utilize the language. But it's something that I often hear a lot in movies, TV shows coming from the United States or in the UK. Much less so in Ireland, because we don't receive any Irish TV shows much, unless you can count Dairy Girls, although Dairy Girls is technically a production from the UK set in Northern Ireland, but yeah, it's a whole other thing. So basically, this particular expression from British English is used to say that what someone has said is unreasonable, and that they are criticizing you for doing something that they do themselves. This is coming from the website Longband, or LDOCEonline.com. You can check that out, or you can also find it in a lot of sources about English idioms, English expressions, and whatnot. As for the song itself, I really quite like this, although this was not my favorite amongst the 6 songs that were presented to us by the Irish broadcaster RTE. I thought that this is a song that could really be fitting as an entry for the song contest. It's quite current, it's radio friendly, it's something that is reflective in the charts, it's contemporary hit, it radio compatible, and I really love the performance that was shown on the Late Late Show special. I thought out of all the participants, I thought the performance that BROOKE had was the most tight. They were able to make use of the space provided them, despite the limitations, given that they were on a particular studio in that houses the Late Late Show. Although I believe this is not the regular Late Late Show studio, this was Studio 4 of the RTE headquarters. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think this is something that was used only for this particular episode of the show, in order to select an entry for Eurovision. Anyway, I thought they made great use of the space. They never really have to go big, although this was quite this is probably an idea that that needs to be realized once they are able to get to Italy. I believe I read online hours before the live show that Brooke had to sacrifice or make compromises in how she wants to show how she wants her performance to be staged, because she has to sacrifice certain props or certain aspects or elements of her performance in order to make things come together for the television show. And as we know, not every television production has varying production values, so they are really bound by that limitation. But I really love what I saw in that performance compared to the one for which I was really rooting for to win. It's Patrick O'Sullivan's "One Night, One Kiss from Promise." That's one song that I really thought could have won it all in the selection, although I was very sad that it didn't. It only managed to reach fourth place in the selection, which was rather sad. I didn't think that it was the best performance of the night, although what saved that whole performance was just Patrick. He was the only thing that was able to carry it through and through from beginning to end. So he and Brooke were the only acts that I thought could be the one to do it. What do I think of the performance? I honestly think that there's a lot of room for improvement on this one, and I know that they were, as I've mentioned previously, they were limited by the stage that they were given, that they were provided for. So I think Ireland will have the resources to really go all out with the possibilities of what they can do with the song, and to allow Brooke to really go full on with her performance. Is this a qualifier? Perhaps. I think it really depends on how they're going to stage this. Although we already have a clear idea of what she was going for in the national selection, you can only go from there. And I'm really, really looking forward to what she and her team has in store once she gets to the Eurovision stage. Other aspects that I really like about the performance, that she was vocally consistent. This type of performance would really be straining a singer's voice over the course of a few minutes during the duration of the song in general. I have seen really hyped up entries from past national selections where the one thing that has kept the song from actually winning is because of faulty vocals, or that they were able to reach the notes because the performer got really too tired from all the choreography, all the dancing, or it really demands a lot out of you, and it compromises your vocal ability to really perform well in the one thing that really matters, which is your voice. You have to be on key. You really have to be reaching those notes when necessary. You really have to hit those very flawlessly as much as possible. And I thought that although the song doesn't necessarily require going vocal soprano or alto or anything, it doesn't necessarily require a wide range of a wide vocal range. It's still a really demanding performance. If you think about it, you have to know your steps, you have to know your blocking, you have to know where you are going to move here or move there. And I think she was able to really come out of this really winning. And yeah, when I saw that performance, I thought, yeah, this is going to win. There is no way that that voters will not bring this to Italy, because out of all the performances, this was the most consistent. This was rather the most Eurovision ready out of all the entries that I have seen in that selection. So guys, those were my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Eurovision content. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!